You've heard of Zohran Mamdani, the charismatic socialist who's running for New York City mayor. Behind Mamdani's success stands the Democratic Socialists of America, or DSA, a group that molded his campaign from the very beginning.
I decided I had to join DSA.
The DSA has become a pro-Hamas, anti-American group that supports some of the most dangerous ideologies and figures in modern history. On the 7th of October, while the massacre of Israelis was in full force, the DSA International Committee applauded Hamas. They called the murder, rape, and kidnapping of civilians resistance. On October 8th, DSA held a rally where they gleefully cheered and celebrated the massacre that had just occurred. DSA even argued that there are no such things as Israeli civilians, de facto giving their approval for their murder. As their radicalization intensified, the DSA Liberation Caucus openly endorsed the brutal murder of a young couple outside the Jewish Museum in D.C., calling for the murderer to be freed. Referring to his actions as righteous and justified, DSA members mocked and celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Support for terrorism and murder runs deep within the DSA.
You know, I can think of no images like more stirring and heroic than the resistance fighters.
They make figures like Hamas and quote-unquote terrorists. There are actual terrorists in the United States. The terror comes from the capitalists and their pawns.
For the DSA, Israel is only the stepping stone. The real target is America. They loathe the very idea of America, denouncing it as empire.
DSA has to actually be serious, like we have to concretely be an actual threat to empire.
So the most important thing that we can do is take that empire down from within.
Ultimately to overthrow our own empire.
We need a movement that can drive a stake to the heart of the empire.
We need to orient ourselves towards insurrection.
We know how to fight now because we are all fighters.
In the words of the co-chair of Philly DSA, they want to build a communist party, unifying colonized people to start to attack the walls of empire to prepare for its final destruction. This is the organization behind Zohran Mamdani. These are the people who put him on the map. All of his top advisors align with the ideology of the movement, and they are laying the groundwork to elect more DSA politicians and eventually take over the Democratic Party.
We collaborated with the Zohran Mamdani campaign. We wrote the platform with him. He comes out of our membership organization. We can have people like Zohran all over the country.
We can run 1,000 Zohrans across the country.
The DSA made Mamdani. Don't let them destroy America.